9:30, and I think, once again, everybody that's agreed to come to this one has signed up. So welcome back. If you came to my first one, welcome. This is Zoom, best practices for our campuses. Once again, I am Tammy Bullard with Campus Technology Services here at SUNY Oswego. There we go. Zoom's common uses around our campus include inside the classroom for outside of class interviews, whether you want to bring a colleague or a friend in. Online, you can actually meet with your classes, say that if there's an online course, you can actually set up a day where if you want to give presentations, you can actually use Zoom for that, as well as presentations inside the classroom. As previously mentioned, I have actually trained students on how to use Zoom to record on the day of a presentation, say something comes up and they need to see the presentations but can't reschedule them. We actually use screen share and a webcam to show what's going on. Interviews and meetings, I have been told before that Zoom is higher quality than Skype. We'll see if that's true. You can invite 1 to 100 different people. Actually, a couple years ago, there were dean's interviews that we had a snow day on at the same time, so we just quickly set up, here's a Zoom link if you can't make it to campus today, and we actually gave the interviews that way. Department meetings, I've heard they've also been used for, once again, snow days and presentations for interviews. General tips for Zoom, no matter what you're doing, speak loud. Now, I'm not saying scream into a megaphone. I'm basically saying give it like you're giving a public speech. Practice, get used to Zoom. Use the Zoom summary for help if you have it. If not, I can easily send it to you. Just email me. Make sure people are in frame. This is basically saying, don't make sure you're standing all the way over here when your computer or camera is facing over here. Check your audio and video. I recommend this because we always have the issues of it thinks the speakers are your microphone and you wouldn't hear yourself. Just let me double check the chat. Make sure nobody's... Once again, I talked about recordings. For the classroom, if you're using a classroom computer, I recommend to the cloud. If it's on your personal computer, record it to the computer. If you do not use your Zoom account frequently, it will be bumped to basic unless you contact me. Now this means if you haven't used it since like January of last year, I bump you down. I check these every month to make sure, okay, this person's still using it. It's been like 5 or 6 months. I'll email you and warn you, hey, I'm gonna bump you down to basic. Do you wanna keep your Zoom account? Because Zoom accounts are so frequently used on campus now, we didn't realize how quickly this was going to grow. We bought 10 new accounts just for this purpose for Zoom presentations, as well as we like to bump some down so we keep growing our numbers. Common equipment that's used for Zoom is the Yeti microphone, which makes audio quality sound so much better than a tiny webcam up on the ceiling. It's fairly simple to use. Campus Light and CTS both have one. So if you want a loan one from Campus Light, feel free. If you want a loan one from us, perfectly fine. Just email me and I will put in the request for you. We have tripods that are mini and tripods that are large, as well as most of our classrooms are equipped with webcams up in the ceiling. But if you're using something for like a classroom, like you want to see the classroom instead of the person presenting, I recommend requesting one of these. So that way you don't have to have the entire classroom coming up here for like a group selfie. As well as USB extenders, they just help plug it into the computer. That way you're not literally clinging to the computer. This is an example of what I've set up for a Zoom meeting. We have the Yeti microphone right here, which actually picks up. I walked around and tested to make sure, hey, can everybody that's sitting here hear it? And as well as I had the webcam set up on the table that was in the 201 Campus Center. For one-on-one interviews, I don't really have very many tips. Fairly simple, watch your background. I've had people start their Zoom meetings and have some lovely paraphernalia in the background, as well as finding a quiet place, because it'd be harder to hear when you have a bunch of people around you. And I recommend not going to Lake Effect Cafe and doing a one-on-one interview, because you never know what's going on behind you. For classroom presentations, my classroom tips will be background noise to a minimum. If there's 20 different side conversations happening, the person that you're Zooming with won't be able to hear what's going on. Use your classroom webcam as said up in the ceilings, or a lone webcam, which is one of these.
Are most of the classrooms equipped with?
Most of them are. Some of them aren't, but we can always
Okay.
send one in if you know that it's not equipped. Keeping people in the general area, depending on the webcam. There is the rule in theater. If you can see the people can see you. If you can see the webcam might not be able to see you. It just depends on where it's at on the screen. If you have more than one Zoomer, this was what they call people on the website, use gallery view, as said, because it makes everybody nice and even. We have a website on our CTS page that I actually get together, where it's the CTS photos. You can actually go through and look at every single classroom on campus we have. You can filter through if you're giving like a one-on-one interview and you want a conference room. There is that option. As well as you can go through and click the photos that we take on campus that show all the technology, what it looks like from the back. If anybody wants this link, email me and I'll easily send it to you because this is my project and personally I love this project. That is it for this one. If there's any questions, you can contact me with my number and email, or we still have time now if you want to. For any questions.
Yeah, hi, Tammy.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm interested in using Zoom to bring guest speakers into the classroom. And it sounds like generally I will need a webcam and a tripod to be able to allow the guest to see the class, as most of the ceiling mounted cameras face forward.
Yeah, they'd be facing like what I'm facing at now.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
No problem. If it is in Wilbur though, we do have ones that are on these tiny tripods. It depends on what building you're in. But yeah, for the most part, they are in the ceiling.
Now, where do you see how many speakers people have logged in? Is there a list?
Manage participants. That shows you this is all the people that are in this meeting.
Oh, okay. And you clicked on the green?
Yep.
Okay.
So share the screen.
Oh, I see. Just bring the mouse up to the top.
Yep. And you can
And
actually
your
move
marker
this too.
down.
You can actually move it around.
Yeah.
But I personally like it up top when I'm sharing a screen. All right. I think that's it. Thank you for coming.